Hi guys, welcome back to the Shannon Show. So today's episode is going to be a review of Love Island 2019, episode 20. So as we all know, today's episode is following the aftermath of that horrendous recoupling. I'm still upset about it, like Yewande just deserves so much better. So yeah, shout out to Yewande. Danny, I feel like Danny and Arabella were really smug. The way that he was acting, it was as if Yewande was just any girl that he literally didn't chat all of this absolute shit to. Like all of this, oh, I'm gonna be there for you, I care for you, I'd never turn my head. So you can just clearly see from the way that Danny was behaving that he had no interest in Yewande. Like it's very evident now, because the confidence, you can just tell that he just feels so proud that he obviously views Arabella as this prize. I'm annoyed with the guys in the house. Because there is some animosity there between Amber and Anna. I feel like it was petty behaviour. They were being very petty, but these are Yewande's close friends, her besties in the villa. You can't expect them not to feel a type of way, especially like I said, when Danny was feeding Yewande all of these lies, all of this I care about you and all of this stuff, and people keep bringing up, oh, Yewande, she wasn't showing him any effort. But I feel like people are really exaggerating it. It was literally like 2 episodes that Yewande wasn't showing him like as much affection as she should. But all those episodes, she was doing something. Like, I've seen a lot of people saying like 10 days she wasn't showing him affection. I'm like, what is this exaggeration coming out of? It was literally like 2 episodes. He obviously lied to her, and it's a thing where I feel like I feel like Danny was always using Yewande. Yewande was just a vessel to continue his game. So he obviously didn't like Yewande, but he needed to couple up with someone. He needed someone to choose him at recoupling. So that's why he stuck with Yewande. He always had a backup plan. Get with the girls that he liked, or have Yewande as a cushion, as a backup plan. Yewande didn't have a backup plan. I feel like she was kind of like, I feel like she was proud in the sense that she didn't want to, do side deals, because that would be accepting defeat. I feel like Yewande was in 2 minds of like, he probably won't do it because he knows this is a game and he knows it's going to look so bad on TV. So he probably would keep her. And because she probably didn't think he would do her that dirty, because a lot of people are bringing up comparisons. Like, a lot of the cast members have been talking. A lot of them should just stay quiet. But a lot of them are talking about, oh, well, I didn't give Danny a break. But I feel like the key difference is that nobody got sent home. Yewande literally got sent home. He literally sent her home, like home, like ended her time on the island for this girl that he's known 2 days. And they don't even, all it is just looks, because all of this intelligent shit that he was chatting, I don't know if that was the producers telling him to say that, but all of that stuff, like, there's nothing there really. The girls are probably deeping that too, so that's why they're extra angry. And yeah, I'm just not here for the boys like going around saying like he's done nothing wrong, because he was sly about it. Because if he was completely honest with you one day, just said like, look, I'm not really feeling you anymore. He didn't need to be brutally honest, but he could have just said like, I'm going to pick Arabella. And then she would have been like, okay, bet Anton, how you doing? You doing fine? You doing nice? Because I feel like Anton would have saved Yewande if she had made a deal. And I feel like if there's anything that she should have done better, was definitely play the game better. And I feel like she should have, if that was me, I would have smelled Danny's game plan a long way away. I feel like if I was in there, I would have known that Danny was just a faker, and I would have made a side deal with Anton. And I feel like if there's anything Yewande could have done differently, it would be that, to have a backup plan, because Danny had a backup plan, but Yewande didn't. The guys were like kind of like backing up Danny, like reassuring him like, oh, you didn't do anything wrong. And the girls' argument is, well, you're entitled to pick Arabella. Like, obviously, we're not going to force you to pick Yewande because she's our friend. But you literally were telling Yewande all lies and selling her all of these dreams. And that's why we're mad at you, because that's why she's gone now, because she was putting all of her eggs in your basket, because that's the type of girl that she is. At the end of the day, Danny was entitled to pick Arabella. But again, he was stringing you one day along. He was taking the absolute piss to the point where you one day, even though she should have anyway, if he had told her before, look, it's not working out, you one day could have then seen what deals she could have made. I feel like that is where he went wrong, where he wasn't being honest, because that point when he was saying like, I don't know who I'm going to choose, he knew exactly who he was going to choose at that point. So I'm kind of like 50-50 split, because I feel like Danny should have said something, but then again, it could have very well been the producers telling him, you can't tell her anything, you have to tell her that you're in two minds because of the show. Because we have to remember the producers have an input on the storylines too. Also, another thing I'd like to point out was like Danny's reasoning of, why should I have picked you one day and not have been happy and let Arabella go, and then having to wait for somebody else to come in and that not being guaranteed. I feel like that was an absolute rubbish reason. Honestly, like, tan white girls are coming into the villa on literally like a conveyor belt. Like, next week there's probably going to be like 2 other Arabellas coming in. So that whole reasoning like Arabella's like some unique diamond gem was ridiculous. But what do you think? Do you feel like Danny did absolutely nothing wrong, or do you feel like Danny went about it entirely the wrong way and that he was being very deceptive? So obviously there's even more drama now when Arabella and Danny kiss very publicly in front of everyone. Your One Day's girls, Amber and Anna, are obviously quite upset about that and are kind of make a fuss about it. Again, I think they're perfectly entitled to be upset about that. If you think about it, in the real world, if this was your best friend, you wouldn't be happy to see your best friend's, thing, ex-boo or whatever, that was telling her all of these lies, gassing her up, has now left her for another girl, and they're just kissing literally, not even 2 hours after you has been dumped. So obviously again, like, you can't expect them not to be angry at that. So yeah, I'm pretty confused of why Danny was confused that they were upset. At the end of the day, Danny and Arabella are absolute dickheads, so they can do whatever they want. But it's like, how can you be surprised that people would be upset by you two kissing? And it's like, it's not even like, they're trying to make it seem like it's like, oh, so me and Arabella aren't allowed to kiss, we're not allowed to kiss. I don't think that was the issue. I think the issue is that you were so bold-faced kissing each other publicly. Like, you could have gone to a private place in the house and done that, especially when tensions were so high. So I don't think that was unreasonable. What do you feel like? But at the same time, it's like, if you don't give a fuck, then don't give a fuck. Why are you worried about what other people think? Like, if you're gonna be bogus like that and just kiss each other and have and feel no type of way about it, why are you feeling a type of way about it that other people are feeling a type of way of it? Like, focus on your own relationship. And I don't think that was like an immaturity thing. I feel like it's very understandable that they would be upset. I don't understand why Danny found that confusing. But what do you think? Do you feel like Anna and Amber just needed to get over it at that point? Or do you feel like Danny and Arabella were being insensitive? Or do you feel like Danny and Arabella should have expected that and were being like overly sensitive? After that, obviously, there's like a lot of arguments going on. Like, Jordan's telling Anna that she's being immature. Honestly, Jordan just needed to be quiet at that point. Like, I hate when like the person that you likes the person that you don't like. It's so fucking annoying. Anton was getting involved. I don't even know why Anton was getting involved. He was like acting like Danny's bodyguard the whole episode. Just like, mind your fucking business. Anton needs to worry about why nobody wants him and stop inserting himself in business that doesn't concern him. Lucy again, I don't know why the hell she was trying to insert herself. She was talking about, they keep staring at us. Nobody fucking cares about you. You're here, you're safe. Enjoy your fucking holidays. Stop inserting yourself in drama that doesn't concern you. It's just like, I'm sick and tired of people like just trying to victimize themselves in the house. It's getting so annoying. So after that, Everybody kind of just sleeps on it, and then the next day Anton apologizes. I don't even know why he was getting so hyped up about it. Like I said, like, Anton can still get in the bin. Like, I know he's growing on a lot of people, but I haven't forgot. Sorry, I'm not gonna forget the whole blackface situation. So he's still in my bad books, and he can still get in the bin. Like, I don't think he's gonna find anyone, to be honest. The producers seem to like him, so I feel like he will stay. And he probably has got the most personality out of everyone in the house. But that's simply because the house is so dry. But yeah, Anton, I really don't know what he was doing this episode, really. I feel like he's so bored because he's coupled up with no one that he's now inserting himself into other people's drama. Personally, I love Anna and I love Amber. Like, I'd love to have them as my friends. Like, they were not letting Danny rest. And Arabella, yeah. Arabella's annoying me too, because she just needs to accept that no one respects her in the house. All of this piping up trying to defend yourself. Just be quiet. Just be quiet. Because nobody cares. And it's like, she always gets, like, Amber checked her so quick with the quickness when she was like, oh, everyone's relationship will get tested in here. Like, talking to her like she was a fucking stupid baby. And I was like, and like I said, Arabella, yeah, she just loves to victimize herself. And I feel like she was trying to aggravate Amber so that Amber would get into an argument with her so that she could be a victim, or she could say that she was a victim. Like, I see Arabella. I see her games. So I think that's what Arabella wanted. She wanted to, like, aggravate her into an argument. Arabella, you know, you've got your keyboard prince, yeah? So just enjoy and just be quiet. The next day, yeah, it's quite boring. Everybody squashes the beef. I feel like Amber and Anna are still secretly on beef though, but they've kind of just calmed it down because for the sake of the house, you know, in Love Island, it's all very hostilic, it's all very kumbaya, like no one should fight, let's all be friends. I'd fucking hate it if I was in there. Like, I purposely just wouldn't turn down, like, it would be on beef every day. I'd be very petty every day. It seems like the beef have subsided for now. From what I've seen of Amber, I don't think the beef is dead. I feel like it's gonna rise up again. If the producers want Danny and Arabella to stay in there for a long time, then there's definitely gonna be more arguments to come between Arabella and Amber. And probably Amber and Danny. I really loved Anna this episode. It's nice to see her. She's kind of just been here and there. She hasn't been getting a lot of screen time. So it was nice to see more of Anna and more of her personality. And the way that she checked Jordan was super smooth. I see she's a very smooth talker, Anna. Like, that was the smoothest checking I've ever seen in my whole life. In that episode, we also see that Tom admits that he's not that into Maura, which is not a surprise for me. I thought it was very weird how out of nowhere he suddenly is now pursuing Maura. Obviously, it was definitely a game plan. You know, Maura's just convenient right now. You know, like I said, there's a very big difference between Elma and Maura, and obviously he was actively pursuing Elma before as his type. And they're obviously very two different personalities, two different people. I'm surprised he actually admitted it out loud. He hasn't known Jordan that long. Jordan could very well, you know, talk to Anna, and then Anna talks to Amy, and then Amy spreads it, and before you know it, it gets back to Maura. There's a big argument about it. I knew that wasn't going to last very long, so I'm guessing he's waiting on a new girl to come in. Definitely the end is near for Maura. It's only just begun, but I can smell the end. We also see that kind of like bromance thing between Tommy and Curtis. I'm not buying what Love Island is selling me. I think they have the most driest relationship. There's no chemistry in the bromance. It just seems very forced. Are you here for the Tommy and Curtis bromance, or do you not really care? It was only good at the beginning. By the end, it waned and it was a bit of a boring episode. And honestly, I'm sick and tired of seeing Danny. I'm sick and tired of seeing Arabella. And I just know that the producers are just going to keep giving them lots of airtime. Like, I'd rather see Amy and Curtis. Like, that's how much I don't like them on my screen. At the end, like, it was just like, you know, everyone was getting down to the nitty and gritty in the bedroom. And, oh my gosh, now I can see why your one day, yeah, just used to just go straight to bed, yeah. Because Danny's bedroom talk is so fucking cringy. Like, oh, I really fancy you. It feels so right. Oh my gosh. That was like so fucking cringe. Who's next to go? Because I feel like they're going to long out this situation. Honestly, I feel like it has to be a couple vote next. We need something like it's like one person from each couple goes. I think they have to do that next because it's literally so dry now. Like, it's really struggling. Like, if I wasn't doing this podcast every day, I would have switched off already because it's just so boring. I probably would have been in and out, but it's getting really boring. And obviously, yeah, the last 2 days were really good drama, but I feel like it's just going to be a week of boringness again. Obviously, tomorrow we see it's the tweet episode, which would be quite interesting. But then again, it depends on what tweets that the producers actually pick to be in the show. Because last year was a bit boring, the tweets. But people seem to be excited about it. But maybe it's because, like, this season's been so dry. So Twitter's kind of split with Amber and I guess with Anna too, in regards to how they feel about her. Some people are saying that she was being really horrible. Some people are saying that Anna and Amber were bullying Danny. And others are saying that, like, she's like a really good friend. She's a ride or die friend. Like, she's the type of friend that I'd like to have. But what do you think? I think Amber and Anna were being quite reasonable, if I'm honest. Like, if this is your friend, why? I don't understand how you'd expect them to act if this is your friend. And I feel like if you feel like they're being very horrible towards Danny, then I feel like you are that person that is that friend that's like, oh, I'm not getting involved. I feel like you are that friend, not gonna lie. So yeah, it's kind of basically the same critiques, like the same even split for Anna. I feel like it's kind of 60-40 for Danny. It's definitely improved for Danny. There is some support. I've seen some ex-Island people from previous seasons kind of saying, like, you know, people need to leave him alone and that they support him and that, you know, he's entitled to pick Arabella and that everybody needs to just kind of get over it. And then some people feel like, yeah, he was entitled to get the stick from Anna and Amber. And I agree. Like, of course, the good friends are going to be pissed with you. Like, I don't understand how you feel like you're just going to be, you know, things are going to be, you know, good and dandy. I don't think that Amber and Anna took anything too far. I feel like people are just exaggerating. There is considerably less support for Arabella than there is for Danny. A lot of people still don't like her. A lot of people are kind of catching on to her manipulative nature and how she always kind of wants to be the victim. So Arabella hasn't caught a break yet on Twitter. And yeah, she's very manipulative and I can see the way she tries to construct things, and I feel like she's trying to like trigger people to argue with her so then she can say she's a victim. But what do you think of Arabella? Is she in your good books yet? Where does Arabella stand with you now? Do you like her now, or do you still not like her, or is she just kind of like just the storyline? Honestly, like, it's getting a bit dry. Even with that argument, I need something else. I need some more drama. I need somebody to come in. I feel like it's time for a new person or a vote off. It's not a good season, and I feel like they just keep putting like little injections in so that it's like good for a bit and then it just goes boring. But yeah, let me know your thoughts on this episode. How are you feeling about the season? Do you feel like the season is going to get better, or do you feel like it's going to get boring? Obviously, the main thing people are talking about now is this Casa Amor, and I feel like people are bringing it up now because it's so boring. But I'm not even sure if Casa Amor can revive this season. I feel like it's just going to continue to be a very average / below average season. But yeah, let me know what you thought of this episode and let me know what you feel needs to happen next to kind of spice things up. And also, let me know if you feel that Amber and Anna took it too far. Do you feel like they were being good friends, or do you feel like they were being bullies? Until next time, guys. Bye.